Hey everybody, this is Jennifer. I'm coming to you with another sales update video. The first item I have is a Nike Air Flight basketball sneakers. I picked these up at the Goodwill for $4. They sold for $27.99 and the buyer paid $35.19 with shipping. The next item I have is a Women's Express Faux leather jacket. When I did the research on this item, minus the leather, I guess it was kind of almost like the title of this jacket was in the title of a lot of other resellers. So I figured I would put it in the title here as well, just in case that's how buyers are looking for this item. Also, with the zipper going from almost the center and up toward the shoulder, whenever you have a leather jacket like that or any kind of jacket, you may want to put asymmetrical zipper in your title as well, because that could be a good keyword. This was $7.50 at the Goodwill. This also sold for $27.99 and the buyer paid $35.19 with shipping. Alright, this was really interesting. This was a vintage leather purse. It says Flossy, like across the top. And the leather was, I don't know if you've ever felt the leather on a saddle. That's what the leather of this purse actually felt like. And if you look closely, it has this floral pattern on it, and on the inside, right there, it says handcrafted by Ralph Conrad. Now, I tried to look up other Ralph Conrad bags, but I think there was only one that was out there. So this item was fairly unique. So I wasn't uncomfortable with sitting on this for a while. I put it up extremely high. I had it out for $100 for a long time, and it got a lot of attention, which I really like. I like when something has like 600 views, you know, because it's all those people are going into your items and potentially looking at your store, looking at other items as well. So I really don't mind sitting on an item like this because I know it's going to eventually sell. Going into the holiday, I put it on sale for $62.99, and with shipping, the buyer paid $75.74 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of fisherman's sandals by Johnston Murphy. Whenever it has this type of look, that's called a fisherman's sandal. But when you do have a fisherman's sandal, always the toe, I believe the toe is always closed on these, so you may want to put closed toe also in the title with this type of sandal, because a buyer may not know this is called a fisherman's sandal, but they may be looking for a closed toe sandal, so it may be a good keyword. And this was this particular pair of sandals had sheepskin leather. I paid $5 for this at the Goodwill. It sold for $34.99 and the buyer paid $52.14 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of women's antique jeans. I thought they would do better. Luckily, they didn't cost too much. They were $3.50, and they had all this embroidery, and they had this real boho hippie look, which I usually love, and it usually does pretty well, but this did not. Let me see if I can show you the back. There you go. And it was lightly distressed. So I picked it up for $3.50. I had it at least for 6 months, and eventually it did sell though, for $17.49, and the buyer paid $24.69 with shipping. Alright, this is just a very plain little sweater from Michael Kors. Michael Kors, of course, has a good name, but this sweater, nothing was quite spectacular about it. It was a cotton nylon blend, cable knit, and it was a pretty drab color, so even the picture doesn't look fabulous. I had it for, I think, a few months, and it eventually sold for $13.99, and the buyer paid $17.79 for shipping. This was great. This was a pair of Carhartt, well, it was basically a pair of overalls, and they were quilted, and they were brand new, and they were half off, which was just shocking because the area I live in, it's a lot of farming, outdoor work, hunting, that type of thing, and I really would think this would have went, but it actually made it to a half off sale. So they considered this in the Goodwill a pair of jeans, so it was only $2.75, which was amazing, and it sold pretty quickly, I think within 2 weeks, for $41.99, and the buyer paid $55.49 with shipping. Okay, this is a pair of women's Lucky Brand jeans. For me, the men's sell much better than the women's. I paid $3.50. It eventually sold for $13.99, and the buyer paid $21.19 with shipping. And this is a pair of women's Clark's shoes. I think someone just asked me a question recently about like mules and clogs, and basically the difference between a clog and a mule is basically an open back where there's nothing like going around your heel or restricting the back of your heel in any way, and I believe a clog is like a thick wooden sole. So they are very different, but you'll see a lot of people, I didn't use it here, but a lot of people will use both in their title for a pair of shoes that might be similar to this, like a pair of mules. They might use the word clogs, and I don't think that's really an incorrect thing to do, because if you think about it, it's kind of like using in the title sport coat and blazer for the same item, even though sport coat is not a blazer. You know, their definitions are different, but a lot of times the buyer may not know exactly what the definition is that they are looking for, and they might use a word that's kind of close but a little bit incorrect. So it might be smart if you can fit it in to use one of those keywords. So, you know, I would feel comfortable if I had space to use the word clog in a title for this show, or a shoe that's similar. Okay, this was $5. It sold for $18.89, and the buyer paid $26.09 for shipping. All right, the last item I have is from Etsy. I love genie bottles. Whenever I see them, I always pick them up. I don't think I've actually found one that was clear glass, so I can't tell you if it is not a color glass such as amber, red, green. I can't tell you how that's going to sell because I actually never sold one. But this shape is extremely popular, and I don't think this was exceptionally old. I think it was vintage, but not exceptionally vintage. But it was plastic. The stopper had a plastic bottom, so I really don't think it was like anything old. I think it's sold just because of its look, I believe. When you have an item like this, you want to use the word bottle, and you want to use the word decanter. This particular one was made in Italy, so you definitely want to put that in the title. I also, if I have any type of colored glass, I always use the word art glass. I don't, again, that's another keyword that I don't know if it's exactly correct for this item, but I think it draws more people. And so I picked it up for $5 at the Salvation Army, and this bottle sold for $39.99, and I think it sold within a month. I don't think it took that long. And the buyer with shipping paid $52.74. Okay, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope your sales are going great, and I will see you next time.